Camelot 331 here, and what in the absolute hell is going on at Walmart? Something absolutely insane is brewing behind the damn automatic doors of Walmart. And what is it? It's something I'm going to deliver to you right now. Something that's probably going to make you bleed out of your ass. And these are stories sent in directly by you, the viewer, the watcher, and you get to make me suffer through all these. So welcome to the Famalot. And before we get started, make sure you give this video a big ol' up doodle, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not. First message. 3 weeks ago, one of my fellow Walmart coworkers lost a relative. She has been off work on bereavement and family leave. Our assistant manager wasn't happy with her being off for so long, since it is out of his control and he doesn't get to approve or deny her leave in this case. The HR department is in charge of that. I have been doing my best to ignore him whenever he complains. He kept saying that it wasn't a big deal and something she shouldn't miss work for. It's not a big deal. It's just your mom died. That happens all the time. You got like 50 of them, apparently. Some people have 50 dads. It depends on where you grow up. Last week, he gave me an envelope with the coworker's name on it and told me to leave it at the grave of my coworker's relative. This was going to go really well. I can already tell. He said it was a condolence card at first, but I didn't buy it because our work had already sent a card. When I asked him about it again, he said it was a note with some work-related items on it. Only she knows about, and he needs answers ASAP, and she won't answer her personal, not work phone. He gave me directions to the cemetery and everything. I refused to do it because it was ridiculous, and he ended up going to the funeral himself. He got there early and put the note on the grave where the casket would later be buried. My coworker family found the note and immediately tried suing Walmart for harassment. It was eventually dropped, but the assistant manager wasn't fired. Just transferred to a different location. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You can't see him anymore. It means he doesn't exist. Imagine showing up at somebody's damn grave and being like, hey, here's a note. These jokes just write themselves. Remember the joke where somebody called in because they had died and they're like, hey, they're going to leave us a write-up slip on your grave? Yeah, this actually happened. Kind of. Next message. When I worked at Walmart, I would deal with very angry customers all the time. One time, a man wanted to return something despite not having the receipt for it. Shocking. We're in the real retail dirty now. The down and dirty in retail. He had no receipt. Jesus. So obviously I can't do anything about it. The man was screaming at me for 15 minutes when I saw the assistant manager from my area walk by. I told the screaming man that he could talk to the manager and proceeded to call my assistant manager over. The assistant manager looked directly at me and said, "Who are you?" I don't work here. This is perfect. Sound plan. He then laughs and walks away. I had to deal with the angry customer without my manager's help. He continued to scream at me and threw his full Subway cup at my face and stomped off. This was the first time that manager did this. He did this several more times before I quit. Apparently he's been doing it for years and no one bats an eye. He just avoids angry customers that way. He says, it's to help train you to become a manager one day, when I had no intention on working at Walmart long term. I'm just training you, man. It's going to be fine. It's fine. It's a sound plan, actually. When I think about it, Egg, if you remember who that is, used to do that stuff all the time. He would just walk to the back and just stay there. And I'd have to deal with the angry people. Did it make me a better manager? No. Next message. My previous manager at Walmart had a serious temper problem, so I was always scared of her. We had a bathroom at the store that she liked to keep to herself and didn't want to share with the customers, so she always had a sign to close it off saying it was broken. It was the women's bathroom near the back of the store, right next to the AD lounge. One day, a customer shopping asked me if I could use the bathroom, so I was prepared to tell her no, but then she pointed out that she was pregnant and that she had to go so bad she was about to urinate herself. My manager wasn't in yet, so I let the customer use the bathroom. As soon as she walks out from the bathroom, though, my manager, with perfect timing, walks right by. She found out it was me and yelled and screamed at me in a store full of customers. I've never been so angry and embarrassed in my life, but I had to hold my tongue. Later that day, I could still feel her hostility. She accidentally threw something away in the dumpster behind the store and made me, out of everyone in the store, jump in the dumpster to get it. I would have just not done it at that point. You have the free will. Rush even made a song about this. It's called Free Will. After crying twice at work, I'm grateful to say I quit that week. I was told by an old coworker that the manager was fired for having sex with someone in the bathroom she always had closed, with an 18-year-old male associate. She was 57. Either that guy was desperate as hell or she had some kick-ass game, son. I don't know. Who's the winner in that situation? It sounds a little bit like Egg again. He had a bathroom all to himself as well. But it wasn't by design. It's because we didn't want to go in there because there was just the piss and shit everywhere. Because he just pissed shit all over the floor. I wasn't going to go in there. It was radioactive. It was like Chernobyl. It was the elephant's foot. Next message. We had a group of friends out of all the people that worked at Walmart. Two of our friends who both worked at the store were getting married, and a bunch of people that worked there were also going. It was a fun day and no one was worried about the store. But one of the assistant managers showed up and were not invited and approached the bride about a work question. In the middle of the ceremony. Perfect timing. You're doing great. He was asked to leave and got belligerent and was screaming at everyone in the building. He was dragged out by the bride's dad, and 2 days later, when we were all back at work, the assistant manager who was kicked out of the wedding tried to write up the bride and the groom for having him kicked out. Could you imagine that write-up? Yeah, I'm writing you up for kicking me out of your wedding, which is apparently a company event or something. None of this makes any sense. They refused to sign it, and he fired them both. They called HR, and HR made them hire them both back, and he had to apologize. But he never got in trouble for it or wrote up. He is still the manager there. Imagine showing up at a wedding on a couple's perfect, beautiful day. A day of life and sharing and future banging. And you ask them about work. And then you write them up and then fire them because you were not invited and you crazy as hell. Imagine that. Yes, assistant managers at Walmart are a special breed. And of course, not all of them are really strange and off balance as hell. But when I worked for Walmart in the district manager position, I met a lot of assistant managers, probably over 150, and about 125 of them were batshit insane. I'm not even joking. Especially the ones that were like 60-year-old white females. Imagine a Karen working in her natural environment. That's scary as hell. Next message. I had just started working as a department manager for Walmart, and my boss had been working there for a very long time and had a great relationship with almost all our customers. At the beginning, she was very sweet and helpful, but towards the end, she became everyone's nightmare. Little did I know, she had a history of sleeping with many customers despite the fact that she was married. Shocking. That there's a lot of customers in Walmart. There's an endless pool of opportunity for someone that's unloyal. She would also approach several young male coworkers of mine and pressure them into sleeping with her. If they refused, she would stalk her coworkers' social media to find reasons why they should be fired. And she was successful with about 3 men she tried to get either fired or quit. She and my other boss then got into a fist fight and she decided to quit. But before she quit, she tried to fight the entire management team and every customer she had a chance to. She had to be arrested and dragged out of the store. Safe to say, we are very happy she is gone now, and my store is much better off without her. She's just banging everybody and beating everybody's ass, which is kind of impressive. I think that's kind of cool. Do I think what she did was wrong? Yeah, but she's kind of winning. I'm just saying. Next message. I work at Walmart, and I had work the morning after I had been mugged walking home the night before. Well, this started off terrible. And when my manager came in, she noticed a red mark on my neck. I guess she thought it was a hickey and told me I was a slut and to put on a turtleneck or cover it up with makeup. Damn, son. When I tried to speak, she shut me down, telling me how it was disgusting and I was a disgrace. You're a disgrace for getting mugged, damn it. You should have not done that. You shouldn't have been so muggable. I started crying and asked if I could leave for the day. She said if I left, I was fired. I told her I didn't have a turtleneck and I'm allergic to makeup. So she gave me a Band-Aid, which is perfect. That completely works. I told the other management what happened and they told me they would talk to her. They went and talked to her and then I heard nothing. I was then told by a random associate that I was fired and had to leave. What's happening? Then 4 days later, that same manager asked me to come in and to work. I said, I thought I was fired. She responded by saying she was joking about it. Turns out we had 2 people call in, so no one could cover the back of store. So they unfired me for that. So I could just cover the back of store. It all worked out in the end. As long as Walmart is understaffed, as usual, and not allocated enough hours, they will unfire your ass. Next message. When I worked as an assistant manager at Walmart, my boss, the store manager, said that the store was top priority, and he didn't believe in the saying, having a good work-life balance. He said that we needed to give everything to the store because that is what we are paid for. So all of us assistant managers would work upwards of 80 hours or more because we were on salary. Obviously, that took a toll on us, and we had assistant managers quitting every other month. I was there the longest. He would always be upset and would complain that no one wanted to work as an assistant manager because of all the fake reputation of the bad work-life balance. Even after saying himself that we shouldn't have a work-life balance. It was a very weird time for me. Next message. My wife was an assistant manager at Walmart and was pregnant at the time. When she finally told her manager about her pregnancy and when she would need to take her maternity leave, she was fired on the spot. Shocking. This is actually a common complaint from females at Walmart, being fired for wanting to go on maternity leave, which is completely illegal, but it's fine. They told her that they would rather replace her than deal with a pregnant assistant and all that comes with that. Our attorney got in contact with Walmart's HR, and she got 1 year severance and 2 years of medical coverage for her and her baby. So it all worked out. I would say she completely won that deal. 1,000%. 1,000,000%. At least 1,000%. Last message, and this one's going to make you bleed out of every orifice on your damn body, so you better strap in with a 5-point harness. You might want to have a helmet on as well, because you about to take a beating, son. You guys ready for this one? I work at Walmart, and I have a crazy story that changed a lot of people's lives. I'm already excited. We had a male manager that would do something to females that ended up getting him arrested. He would always go into the bathroom and stay in there for a while. I wonder what he could be doing in there, man. Then he would come out and find a female associate. He would then make them go to the bathroom and clean up after him. The thing is, he had shit everywhere. On the floor and the walls, and then piss all over the floor. He would make the female associates clean it up and not call maintenance. He did this all the time, about once a week. He would always moan and shuffle around when she would be cleaning it up. Well, one time he did his usual thing and went into the bathroom. He then came and got me. Oh, damn. It got serious. This was the first time that it happened to me. I thought everything was exaggerated, so I went on and did it. When I was cleaning up, sure enough, he was moaning extremely loud. I turned around to tell him I was leaving, and he had his penis in his hand out in the open. Oh my God, I'm so tired of this. I got up and ran out and straight to the lounge. He continued to work there for a week and then was arrested at the store in front of everyone. Apparently, he had been doing something similar at a restaurant close by and was arrested at his place of work. We posted his mugshot and it was all over social media. He is now a registered sex offender. It all worked out. Everything worked out and we have a happy ending and no one is definitely scarred for life at all. Even a little. It's fine. I definitely don't have nightmares about egg every night. Sitting on my chest. With the smell. The farts, man. God, if you could only smell the farts. It didn't smell like a normal human fart. It just smelled like chemicals. Like I suspect that's what people smell right before they die. But they've never been able to describe it because they're dead. That's just my theory on the whole idea. So that was a couple of crazy ass Walmart stories sent in by you guys. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Show up to my streams Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Times. Send me your best stories. Send them to me and I'll talk about them. It's a great time to be alive. Unless you work at Walmart. Then it's the opposite of what that is. Which would be a bad time to be alive. It's bad. If only you knew how bad it really was. So thank you guys always for taking some time out of your day to hang out with me I really appreciate you. Make sure you guys do something for me. Don't forget to get on it. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's just sitting here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.